Okay, let's unpack this. Have you ever wished you had, well, a super-powered assistant? One that could help with every single step of your research. You know, from digging through papers initially to actually drafting and reviewing your own work.
It sounds like a dream for most researchers, yeah.
Well, get ready, because today on AI Paper Podcast, we're taking a deep dive into a really fascinating survey paper. It's titled AI4Research, a survey of artificial intelligence for scientific research by Qiguang Chen and colleagues.
Yeah, this is a significant one. It gives us this unified, really comprehensive look at how AI, especially the big language models we're seeing now, isn't just assisting researchers.
Right.
It's fundamentally transforming the whole scientific research lifecycle. It's like a critical roadmap if you're in the technical community and want to understand where AI is making the biggest waves in academia, like right now.
Okay, so let's do that quick nutshell summary for everyone. Basically, this deep dive shows how AI is shaking up scientific research across 5 key areas. We're talking comprehension, academic surveys, discovery, writing, and even peer review. We'll touch on everything from AI understanding complex charts, generating new hypotheses, drafting whole papers,
And automating peer review, which is huge.
Exactly. The paper points to amazing progress, like AlphaFold predicting protein structures, and, get this, AI systems writing papers that actually got accepted by top conferences.
That's pretty wild.
It also flags crucial future stuff ethics, the need for AI models that work across different fields. Lots to cover.
Definitely.
So maybe the first question is, why this paper? Why is it so important for us right now?
Well, I think it addresses a really clear gap. You hear AI for science thrown around a lot,
Not my
right?
time.
But most surveys or discussions focus on maybe one specific breakthrough or data analysis in just one small part of the research pipeline.
Okay.
This paper steps back. It takes that holistic view. It shows how AI is popping up across the entire life cycle, from understanding existing work, doing the literature survey, all the way through to peer review at the end.
So it connects the dots.
Exactly. The field's been pretty fragmented. You know, this work pulls together all these different advancements. It gives us a systematic taxonomy, points out the gaps, gathers resources. It's super useful.
And that systematic taxonomy, that's really the core contribution here, isn't it? This framework that breaks AI's impact down into 5 distinct areas, interconnected but distinct.
That's it precisely. It's like a map, as you said, showing how AI is getting into every corner of research.
So let's walk through that map. What's the first pillar?
Okay, first up is AI for Scientific Comprehension, AI4SC for short.
AI4SC. Got it.
This is all about how AI extracts information, how it interprets it, synthesizes it from all that dense scientific literature out there.
So making papers easier to grasp.
Essentially, yeah. It speeds up how humans acquire knowledge, and it helps automate analysis. It comes in sort of 2 main flavors.
Okay.
First, there's semi-automatic comprehension. This is where AI helps a human with specific questions about, say, a long paper.
Right, like a chatbot for papers.
Kind of, but smarter. They mention systems like LAM-AI language models with active inquiry. Get this. It actually asks you clarifying questions first.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, to resolve ambiguity in your query before it answers. So it improves the reliability, uncovers things you might not have even thought to ask.
That sounds incredibly useful, almost like an intelligent research partner.
Yeah.
But I guess the downside is more interaction needed.
That's the trade-off, yeah. It requires more human AI back and forth, which can increase the time and cost.
Makes sense.
But then you have the other flavor, full automatic comprehension. Here, the AI reads and understands scientific knowledge all by itself. No human intervention needed.
Okay, now that sounds futuristic. How does that work?
Well, there are different approaches. Some use summarization LMs, generate summaries to build up a narrative. Think of an AI with like a summary agent and a proofreading agent refining things.
Right.
Others use self-questioning and self-reflection. The AI literally generates its own questions about the text and then answers them to deepen its understanding.
That's mind-blowing. AI teaching itself by asking questions.
Pretty much. And it's not just text either. The paper highlights work on table and chart scientific comprehension.
Ah, the visuals. Always tricky.
Right, but now we have multimodal LLMs that can process chart images, they can answer questions about them, summarize them, systems like Chart QA, ChartX, ChartGemma.
So it's more than just reading labels, it's understanding the data in the chart.
Exactly. Some researchers are even proposing things like a formalized description for visualization, FDV, to let the AI sort of read the underlying data structure from the visual itself for much deeper comprehension.
Okay, that's a huge step for dealing with results sections. So comprehension is pillar one. What's next?
Pillar 2 is AI for academic survey, AI4AS. This is where AI helps researchers systematically review and summarize literature. Identify trends, find gaps, see who's done what.
Basically helping us manage the information overload, keeping up with the flood of new papers.
Precisely. It saves countless hours. A big part of this is related work retrieval, finding the relevant papers in the first place.
Beyond just keyword search, I assume?
Oh, way beyond. The goal is for AI to proactively find both those foundational papers and the really novel new stuff. Methods now use semantic understanding. The AI gets the meaning of your query, not just the words.
Okay.
Or they use graph-guided retrieval. They model everything as a graph, authors, papers, entities, citations. Systems map out these connections to find relevant work you might miss.
Like an intelligent librarian who knows all the connections.
Exactly. And LLMs are boosting this too. Systems doing deep research, agents traversing citation networks, or even using curiosity-driven retrieval.
Agents with curiosity. That's cool. So after finding the papers,
Then comes overview report generation, actually creating the survey report. This can range from mapping out a research roadmap showing how a field developed, identifying trends.
like a visual history.
Yeah, systems like CHIME or SurveyForge do that. And then there's generating the full document level survey, like automating a systematic literature review.
How good are they at that?
Getting pretty good. The paper points to benchmarks where models like DeepSeek, Claude, GPT-4o show strong performance on reference quality, outline structure, and the actual content. Some even use multi-agent setups, like Storm, where agents discuss and refine the survey together.
Multi-agent surveyors.
Okay.
This is moving fast, which brings us to the third pillar.
Right. And this one, AI for scientific discovery, AI4SD, is arguably the most exciting. Because here, AI moves beyond just understanding and summarizing existing stuff. It's about generating and validating novel scientific hypotheses or ideas, even conducting experiments.
Okay, hold on. AI as an inventor.
Right.
Generating new science. That sounds like the holy grail.
In many ways, yeah, it's a massive leap. A key part is idea mining.
Idea mining. Tell me more.
AI uses its, vast internal knowledge and its generative power to come up with new concepts. Researchers are experimenting with guiding LLMs towards specific idea spaces to explore different themes.
So nudging the AI towards creative areas.
Sort of. And studies are showing results. LLMs generating business ideas rated high on novelty and feasibility, injecting metadata to make ideas more feasible in complex simulations like climate talks.
Wow. Okay. And humans are involved too.
Definitely. There's a lot of focus on human-AI collaboration. Systems like Cidiator and IRSR are designed to help researchers and AI brainstorm together.
But there's a catch, right? I think I saw something about that.
There is an interesting point raised, yeah. Some research suggests that while LLM help is great for supported tasks, relying on it too much might actually reduce a person's independent creative performance long term.
That's a really important consideration. Food for thought.
It really is. Beyond just generating ideas, there's also novelty and significance assessment. Using AI to figure out if an idea is truly original or impactful.
How does AI judge novelty?
Through various methods, some look for surprise and data patterns. Others use graph-based evaluation. But again, human oversight is key here to avoid AI overestimating creativity or just producing more of the same.
Right, avoiding homogenization.
Then there's theory analysis, checking if a hypothesis fits with known scientific principles. This involves formalizing claims, verifying them logically, checking facts.
Okay.
And for the more mathematically focused fields, there's theorem proving, AI algorithms generating and verifying formal proofs. Systems like DeepSeek Prover are pushing boundaries here.
That's deeply technical. Okay, but you mentioned experiments too.
Yes. Scientific experiment conduction. This is huge. Automating the whole workflow from hypothesis to interpreting the data.
The whole thing.
Increasingly, yes. It starts with experiment design. This can be semi-automatic, with human AI teams designing protocols, like for quantum experiments. Or it can be fully automatic, with AI agents continuously refining protocols. We're seeing proposals for end-to-end agent frameworks for autonomous planning.
Wow. And predicting results before running the experiment.
That's pre-experiment estimation. forecasting outcomes to save time and resources. You have evaluative prediction, where AI like BrainGPT outperformed human experts in neuroscience predictions.
No kidding.
Yeah. And exploratory forecasting, like ChemCrow or DeepMind's Genome, predicting hundreds of thousands of new stable materials, just massive acceleration.
That's incredible for material science.
Then you get into experiment management, the idea of self-driving laboratories.
Self-driving labs.
Integrating robotics, machine learning, AI. Google DeepMind and BioNTech used an AI lab assistant to cut materials discovery time from years down to months. There are even fully autonomous platforms now, like the Functional Genomics Explorer.
So the AI runs the robots, analyzes the data, decides the next step.
In closed-loop systems, yes. It also involves experimental conduction itself, automating workflows, using AI agents that interact with lab equipment or simulations, like ChemCrow or the AI scientist, and experimental analysis automated evaluation, checking theoretical consistency, exploring results.
It sounds like they're really aiming for end-to-end automation.
That's the goal of full automatic discovery, closing that whole loop. Hypothesis, experiment, analysis, feedback, iterate, with minimal or no human input.
And you mentioned earlier, AI-generated papers getting accepted.
That's right. The paper mentions systems like Zochi, an AI-driven system that generated papers accepted by ACL 2025. That's a major milestone. It shows this isn't just theory anymore.
Wow. That really is a glimpse into the future, which leads nicely into the fourth pillar, right? The writing itself.
Exactly. Pillar 4. AI for academic writing, AI4AW, assisting researchers with generating, revising, formatting manuscripts, making writing more efficient, maybe even better quality.
Okay, how does it break down?
Again, two main types. Semi-automatic academic writing needs human input or oversight.
Makes sense.
This covers help during preparation, maybe generating title options, suggesting logical structures for the paper.
Useful.
Help during the actual writing, AI drawing figures based on descriptions, like Figgin, transcribing formulas into LaTeX Think MathPix SNP, recommending and integrating citations dynamically.
That citation part sounds great. No more manual searching.
Yeah, tools like Scholar Copilot or PESA connect to databases in real time, and then help after you've drafted it. Grammar checks, improving clarity, logical flow revision. Systems like AWE.
Okay, that's the semi-automatic side. What about fully automatic?
That's the full automatic academic writing, AI generating the entire manuscript without human intervention. Systems like ScholarWrite, the AI Scientist, Agent Laboratory, and that Zochi system we mentioned.
The ones getting papers accepted.
Exactly. But, and this is a key point the paper makes, despite these successes.
There's a bet?
There's a but. No system has fully eliminated the need for human editing, especially for getting citations perfectly right and used in the right context. That nuance still seems to need a human touch, at least for now.
Interesting. That human oversight remains critical. Okay, so that's writing. What's the fifth and final pillar?
The fifth pillar is AI for academic peer reviewing, AI4PR. This is about automating and enhancing the peer review process. Tackling delays, reviewer burden, workload issues.
It's a very thorny area for many researchers.
Absolutely. So AI can help in the pre-review stage. Things like desk review tasks, automated keyword extraction, matching topics, preliminary scoring.
So initial screening.
Right. Major publishers are already using AI tools for this. Routing manuscripts, helping find appropriate reviewers, speeding things up.
Okay. What about during the review?
That's the in-review phase. Here, AI can provide structured, objective reviews itself, but there's a nuance. Studies found that standard LLMs tend to focus well on technical validity, but they might underemphasize novelty compared to human experts.
So they might miss the really groundbreaking stuff.
Potentially. So researchers are working on iterative refinement, multi-agent systems like agent review to improve this. AI can also help with meta reviews, synthesizing comments from multiple human reviewers into one summary critique.
That could be useful for editors?
Definitely. And finally, there's a post-review stage.
After the decision.
Yeah. AI can help with influence analysis, predicting a paper's future impact, like citation counts. Some AI methods are actually better than humans at this in certain fields.
Better than humans at predicting citations.
And also promotion enhancement. AI generating things like academic posters, summaries for a lay audience, sometimes better than human written ones or even scientific videos, helping research reach a wider audience.
Okay, so those are the 5 pillars: comprehension, survey, discovery, writing, and peer review, covering the whole life cycle.
Exactly. And the paper stresses these aren't just happening in one field, it details multidisciplinary applications.
Right, it's not just computer science.
Not at all. In natural sciences, huge impact. Physics, automated discovery of physical laws, biology and medicine, protein structure prediction like AlphaFold 2 and 3 reaching atomic precision, cell and gene modeling, drug discovery using AI labs and multi-agent systems, clinical diagnosis where LLMs match doctors on exams, even simulations of entire hospitals.
Truly transformative across the board. What about engineering?
Applied science and engineering too. Robotics, autonomous design, like optimizing optical setups, end-to-end robot control, ensuring AI transfers safely from simulation to the real world, software engineering, code generation, automated debugging, even end-to-end development using agents like ChatDev.
And the social sciences, that seems like a different challenge.
It is, but AI is making inroads there too. Social sciences, AI helping run experiments, interview studies, simulating large-scale social phenomena like cultural evolution or economic outcomes using agent-based models, psychology, automating experiments, simulating human behavior, even AI therapists like Therabot showing comparable results to face-to-face therapy.
AI therapists. But you mentioned a caveat earlier for social sciences.
Yes, a crucial one. While LLMs are powerful, one study found they struggle to reliably predict the magnitude of effects in social science contexts, and they can show systematic biases, so definitely limitations to be aware of there.
Okay, that makes sense. So we've seen where AI is impacting research now. Where does the paper see things going? What are the big frontiers and future directions?
Right, this is where it gets really interesting. One major push is for interdisciplinary AI models. We need AI that doesn't just know one field, but can integrate knowledge across fields.
Like a true polymath AI.
Kind of. Think foundation models or graph models that connect different domains. The challenges are big, though, handling diverse data types, transferring knowledge effectively, keeping it reliable and interpretable when you cross domains.
And ethics must be huge here.
Absolutely critical. Ethics and safety in AI4Research. Issues like bias AI disadvantaging authors from low-resource languages or AI tools being misused. Statistical tools might oversimplify findings.
How do we address that?
Things like fairness-aware training, methods to de-bias models without retraining, and crucially, establishing clear ethical frameworks to guide how these tools are built and used.
What else is on the horizon?
Collaborative AI4Research. Scaling up research where multiple AI agents, maybe even with humans, work together on complex problems. But that brings challenges in managing the interactions, avoiding misunderstandings, and balancing data privacy with the need for open data access.
Tricky balance. And explainability. Can we trust the AI's results?
That's the push for explainability and transparency. Especially in science, we need to know how the AI reached a conclusion. Methods involve looking inside the model, white box, or analyzing its reasoning steps, black box. Big challenges are standardizing how we measure explainability and that classic trade-off between performance and transparency.
Right. More transparent often means less powerful sometimes.
Often, yeah. Another exciting area is dynamic and real-time optimized scientific experimentation. Those self-driving labs we talked about, but even more adaptive. AI adjusting protocols on the fly, analyzing data continuously, making experimentation much faster and more efficient.
And finally, language barriers.
Yes, multilingual integration, breaking down barriers so research can be shared globally. This needs better multilingual models, ways to align scientific terms across languages accurately, and ensuring the meaning and tone, the rhetorical fidelity, isn't lost in translation.
Lots of challenges, but incredible potential.
Definitely. So wrapping it all up, what's the big takeaway? I mean, AI is fundamentally changing the entire scientific research landscape. Full stop.
Yeah.
It's making things more efficient, faster. It's opening up completely new ways to discover things we couldn't before. It's a comprehensive revolution hitting every single stage of research.
It really is. Which leaves us with, I think, a pretty provocative thought for everyone listening. As AI becomes this incredibly powerful, deeply integrated partner in how we pursue knowledge, how do we, as the human researchers, adapt? How do our roles evolve to best leverage these amazing capabilities while still maintaining that critical oversight, ensuring we use it ethically, and maybe most importantly, nurturing those unique parts of human creativity and intuition that AI, for now at least, still complements rather than replaces?